Hello, my name is Catherine Landry, and this is my Cultural Responsive Library presentation for ECS 321. So I'm not currently in a classroom right now, so I had to use the online library that was provided for us. So let's get started. So for the characters and their gender, from the books that I selected, these are the genders. So for the non-human characters, it was 43.1%. For the non-binary, non-gender, it was 1.4. The female was 25.0, and then the male was 30.6. So these are the different examples that I pulled from my selections for the gender characters. So the non-human example is in the top left, and the female is towards the bottom left, and then the male is the bottom right, and then the non-binary is the top right. So for this selection, the main characters of each book and the gender. So the non-human main characters, that was at 58.5%. The main female characters was at 11.3%. The main male characters were at 28.3%, and then the main non-binary non-gender was at 1.9%. Also, here are some examples that I pulled from the selection that I had. So the top left is the main male characters, and then the bottom left is the main non-human character, and then the bottom right is the main non-binary character, and then the top right is the main female character. So for this next category is the characters and their races. So I have the non-human characters is 50%, and then I have Black or African American characters, which is at 6.5%. Then I also have the Asian or Asian American, which is at 1.6%, and then I have the Native characters, which were at 4.8%, and then I also have the Middle Eastern Arab or Arab American, which were at 14.5%. And then you also have the white characters, which were at 21.0%. So then the main characters and their races. So we have the main characters for the non-human characters, which is 50.8%. Then we have the main characters that were Black or African American, which is at 6.6%. Then we also have the main characters that were Asian or Asian American, which was at 1.6%. And then we have the main characters that were Native, which were at 3.3%. And then the main characters that were Middle Eastern or Arab American, which is at 14.8%. And then we have the main white characters, which were at 21.3%. So here are the different examples that I pulled. That couldn't fit that many on the page, but this is 3 of the ones that I pulled with the different race in each of them. So the 5 additional categories that I included in this were the books that included characters that are gay, lesbian, or bisexual, which there were unfortunately 0% of those that were selected. And then books that were set in rural areas, which 74.1% of the books were, which that's a lot. Most of them were set in rural areas. Then another is books that included characters with disabilities, which were at 3.7%. And then also we have books that included family structures other than a mother, father, and 2 children, which were at 18.5%. Also, books that included languages other than English characters, or characters that spoke English, which we're at 3.7%. So for my classroom demographics, which I'm not in a classroom, but I went through each category to see what window and is good for which children. So rural areas for children that live in non-rural areas, so like they can understand exactly like where they come from and like the settings, where the setting is if you're not familiar with a rural area. So that's good for those children. Let's see. So what's not so good window for the children? So characters that are in the LGBTQ plus community, children that aren't familiar with that community, there's not enough books for children to understand and to see those, to try to relate to them. Also, characters that have disabilities for children not exposed to other people that have disabilities. So children that aren't aware of the disabilities that children or people, adults can have. There's not enough books to inform those children. Also, characters that speak languages other than English. So children that speak English, they don't have that resource to see other children that don't speak English or other adults that don't speak English, like in those books. Also, family structure for children that have other structures other than just a mother, father, and 2 children. So those children that have that family structure, they don't see and they can't read about other children that may have a different family structure. Also, so which categories is a good mirror for which children? So rural areas setting in books for children that live in rural areas. So those children that live in rural areas can connect to the books that are based in rural areas. Also, the same with the family structure. If a student is reading a book that has a family of a mother, father, and 2 children, and they have the same family structure, then they can relate to those. So what's not so good of a mirror for which children? So characters that speak languages other than English for children that speak other languages rather than English. So those children, they're not seeing themselves in the books, so they can't connect to that. Also, characters that are gay, lesbian, or bisexual for children that are in the LGBTQ plus community. There's not enough of those books for those children to relate to. Also, the same with the family structure, and also the same with the characters that have disabilities. So those children can't relate to those because there's not enough books for them to, at least out of the selection that I chose from the online library. So I do think that my classroom library needs improvement as a mirror for my students, and also it needs improvement as a window for my students. I do think that children can connect better and will want to read if they can find something that is that leads them to connect to themselves. So I do think that it's great for diversity too, as in like students that aren't familiar with things can read about them and understand that, hey, things are different. Hey, children can be different. Adults can be different family structures. So I do think that this classroom library that I have put together, it does need some work, and it does need improvement for both children to see into other children's lives, and for children to see into their own lives, as in the mirror and the window for each student's. I do think that it's very educational for both sides, and it does need to have a better way of going about things and showing the students that, hey, things can be different and it's okay to be different. So thank you for your time.